Sorry, couldn't help myself.
All right, November board meeting called to order. I believe we have a quorum present, 6 members present out of 10, so
That would be a quorum.
any market say go.
No,
Alrighty. I have the first agenda item there as ratification of October minutes, but I don't think technically we need to do that because we didn't.
because there were no minutes.
We need to ratify the September minutes.
That's right, we do. So I'm going to change that to September minutes.
I'm gonna say there was no. October minutes.
Yep. I mean, we have notes, but it wasn't a full. It wasn't a quorum. All right. All right. I've got that on there. Everybody had a chance to look at the September minutes.
Yep,
Mhm.
Everybody good with those?
good.
All right. I move that we ratify the September minutes.
Second,
Yeah,
anybody object?
No.
No. All right.
Let's go ahead and have Barb give her presentation so that she doesn't have to stick around any longer than she has to. Well, we can see how much the rest of the list we can knock out.
Are we going to do the talk too about end of summer? Or do you want me to do that during this too?
no,
Okay.
but that needs to be separate from this.
Okay.
'Cause that-
That's
a committee meeting. This is a board meeting.
Okay. All right. That was like I wasn't sure. I was like, I didn't know for sure what was going on. So what we have or what has happened is Llewellyn did not like having the suite. So the suite is now available back for you guys if you guys want it. They like it did not work out. So we have the suite available. The suite is I think it was 1,400 for the however many days, right? Or what is it? It's
Well, is it Wednesday to Monday or Thursday to Sunday?
So it would be typically it's Thursday to Sunday. If
Okay.
you wanted the extra day, it would add on 200. So that would be 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like 14, 15, 16 using my finger math. Okay, guys.
It's all right.
But so if you guys wanted it that Wednesday, what Bill and I had talked about briefly on the phone was possibly having a sponsor meetup in the suite where I could, because the board allows me to wheel and deal a little bit with that. If we did that and you guys did that favor for me, that I could possibly cut off that 200 and keep it at 14. So that's what we were talking about. The good part about you guys doing that, if you guys chose to do the suite, would be all of the sponsors, including Llewellyn, Cross Crow, and Weiser, would have to come into your room to pick up their packet and their thank yous from me or Crystal. It might be Crystal because I'm kind of on. So it'll probably be Crystal sitting in there handing out packets. So what we were thinking was like we kind of like, on Thursday when people are checking in, that I would send out an email, hey, Weavers of the Web has donated their suite time for me to, hand these out. So it'll be this room number. Come here, get your welcome basket, get your thank you note, get your ribbons, whatever, we have set up. They'll come in. We'll have a few snacks laid out, for them to but it gives you guys a chance to meet some of the bigger name sponsors. Okay. It also gives us a chance to meet each other in the pagan community as far as businesses, which I think is just as equally beneficial, right? I want the sponsors to be able to know what we have here in Michigan too, and who's actually selling their books. Every pagan shop I know carries books by one, if not all three companies. So it gives them a good chance to actually
I think you carry what, 2 or 3? You carry all,
Oh.
you carry all 3? Crow too?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know you carry crow in here too.
So, like you said, that I think that's important, like for them to know, okay, these people carry our books. They're blah blah blah. So, it's a good opportunity and it's a chance, for the meet and greets. And like you said, Thursday, I'm trying to think what time we usually open. I think 3 o'clock. So it would be from 3 to 5 for the pickup, like for them to be picking up their packet and stuff. Because we have to start setting up for the welcome to con, the first time con class. And then after that, I have set up for ritual. So it'd be between that time period. So, and then two, like the other, you have your regular package for Weavers of the online advertisements, the free mm,
And
free ad, your online advertisements, and your free clickable link as partners. That's the partnership program that we have. So you'll get that already. If you guys do want to still sponsor the
Serenity Suite.
Serenity Suites, then that is still the 150. So completely up to you guys. Either way, yeah, I don't know if it works, if it's feasible for you guys to do the suite or not, but I don't know.
As they look at me.
As they look at me.
I'm the treasurer.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gonna look at me. I think we can do the suite. I think it would be advantageous for you as a business too. To get, so you can see some of the other businesses that are sponsoring. So that we can help try to make some connections. To either get them in or strengthen that connection with, you already got their product, so you have a face-to-face contact. I think that's important.
Yeah.
It also gives us, as working on the stuff for Welcome Summer Festival, those face-to-face contacts too. I think it would be a great wholeheartedly thing. What do you guys think? Board members online, what do you all think?
I think it sounds like a good idea.
I would love to be able to do it. I want to see our financial report and to where we're at there, though, too, before making any final decisions, of course. But I think I love the idea of doing that. I think we could, the FaceTime would be really good.
It also gives us that place, like we had talked before. It gives us a place as a home base to hang out and be a family too, because we lacked that last year. It also gives us time to meet more of the community too that we support, and it supports us as
I
well.
definitely want to make better use of it this year
Yeah,
than we have in the past.
absolutely.
Like I said, and anything, if you guys, okay, so we have to go to print by the 1st of February. I have to have everything in. Okay, like all my ads, everything to Diane, because she's lining it up. It's going to the printer. So if you guys do decide you want to do something in the suite, again, that's something you could include in the Weavers of the Web ad. But we also talked about you guys using that ad for Welcome Summer.
Festival too.
So if you could break it, because it's going to be a full page ad, like you have a full page ad, you could, I mean, just from my advertising mind, you could do like almost like cut it in half, even though it wouldn't be a split ad from us, it could be a full page. You could do your Welcome Summer and then underneath just a little like bulletin maybe that says we have this opened at this time and blah, 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 like what you're doing, your hours of the suite, so people can, and we'd love to discuss more with you about our summer festival, or something like that. That's probably the area I would go, so that way you have times in a social hour where people are coming in to meet you, and you also have time in social hour where you can bring up that summer festival. So like I said, that's kind of my my take, what I would do if I was in your shoes. That's what I would do.
So right now we're looking at this is the cost we're looking at. It's 1,400 for the suite, plus another 150 to sponsor the Serenity Suite.
Mhm.
So we're looking at total all in of 1,550. That also gives us,
And that includes all of the basic, the
Yep.
website, everything.
yeah,
That's what I was just gonna ask.
yeah, it
Yep.
includes all that other, the basic
Yes,
stuff too.
yeah,
It
'cause
includes that,
I wanted to double check that.
it includes that full page ad, includes the clickable link, includes the
Online advertisements.
highlighting the advertisements and things like that. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable because initially I thought this was in addition to what was already discussed.
Mhm.
So I'm more on board knowing
Yep.
that this is inclusive of the previous level that we had discussed.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's yeah, it was just that I knew you guys did like the suite and I'm like, okay, the suite's available. And they said, well, who are we gonna, like who do you think? I said, I think we go back to Furniture Weavers of the Web. They had done it for years. And they were like, yeah, okay, ask them first.
Yeah.
I try to like pay attention to history of things when we go through our shifts and changes. So like you said, yeah. So what do you are I know you guys are probably gonna have to have like a more official vote, but that's kind of the gist of what I have for you on that front. As far as on con, yes, Wiser is coming. Um, so we now have all three major book companies. Wiser also is going to be bringing their children's book line because the people who own that sub publishing company through them cannot afford to come on their own. So they kind of made a deal where they were going to bring the books. So we'll also have children's books this year, which is going to be a great bonus to our book room.
Yeah.
We're really trying to promote the children's area this year. So anybody who I know that through your through your the Weavers of the Web. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys call it a coven or not. So I don't want to miss a church. Okay, that you guys do require some people to do classes. Anybody who would be interested in doing something with children, they are still looking for people to put in for that. So anybody who would be interested in doing that. I know you guys also have been in contact with my friend in Canada there, who is part of the ATC also. I told her, I don't know if she showed that, I told her to reach out. I was like, reach out to them because unfortunately, right now they're telling Canadians to not come to the US.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I wouldn't come.
Yeah.
I'm already here. Yeah, and that was just a couple hours to cover their table and
Yep.
we can roll that in. That's
Yep.
not a
And
problem.
oh yes, that too. So the community table, because you guys are in partnership, you guys get to have an hour at the community table. Don't forget that. So we're gonna have a table set up. I think I talked to you about this. We have a table set up. You guys can do an hour or 2 hour time block anytime throughout the weekend, and that you can stand there and just hand out information about who you are because of the high traffic. So again, that would be a good time to have. Again, I might recommend doing it on Thursday or Friday morning so you guys could, and you're the first one, no one else has requested their time slot yet. So if you want me to put you down for Thursday or Friday, I can. But you could advertise more to get people to come to the suite at certain times. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I like Ella's idea of wait until we get to the
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
before we have the official, we don't have
Yeah.
to. But does anybody have any further questions for Barb?
One question I had just to clarify. So you had mentioned the 1,400 and that would normally traditionally goes from Thursday through Sunday. And then was it additional of just Wednesday or an additional of Wednesday through Monday that was the 200? I just wanted to clarify that part.
Yep. So, because if you guys will work with me and give me a place to meet with sponsors, we would be able to do the Wednesday through Sunday.
Through Sunday, so it's just
Or-
the one additional
Yeah,
day.
so you'd
That's
be
why I wanted to
checking
make
out
sure.
on Sunday morning. Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanted to
Checking out.
clarify. Cool,
Yep.
thank you.
And so, so like you said, but that was, like you said, I kind of really don't have a spot to meet with the sponsors, and it was really rough last year, and I was trying to run around and find everybody. So if I had that spot, that would be like a huge thank you from Barb.
That's like what we do, creating space for people to get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of
My
our mission.
Yeah, I was gonna say my response to that is I'm honored that you entrust in us, and for me, it's evidence of the difference that we do make in the community.
Yes.
That you're not only thinking of us first for the suite, but also, hey, like
Use your suite for a couple hours.
yeah, it's mutually beneficial.
Yes.
Like it's our mission, but also it's us giving back too.
And that's something that, like I said, Bill and I have talked about before too. You guys are the closest, yes, I run a small coven, but you guys are the closest in my area as far as a bigger, place to land,
A fully public and operating church.
Yes, there you go. That's the way to put it. But when you look at community, and I always say this, to me, I look at it as pagan is pagan. If push comes to shove and I'm in an emergency situation, I'm going to reach out to my people before other people, right? And this is the closest thing to my home. That's big. You know what I mean? Yeah, I run a small little 12-person coven. But where am I going to take these people if emergency does hit?
Yeah.
We're-
The church is for the bigger community. The covens are like little working groups, right?
Yep. And so there is a place to land, and that's more important, is to let people know where we can land if emergency strikes. 'Cause, some of us were psychic have been feeling that for a while. So like if emergency strikes. Yeah. Even my kids here in Lansing know where to go in case of emergency. Me and Solomon like, sorry, talked about that. Like they might just show up because they know they'll find me eventually. So, like I said, that's and it's a thing, and we as a community though, this I definitely think that you guys have put in your time and supported MEC through the years. And, we need to, make sure that we'll remember everybody as we move forward in sponsorships and elsewhere. So, thank you guys for your support and
Thank
being
you.
you. And, like you said, and thank you for stepping in to help with the energy work part. I really appreciate it. Me and Maura are very appreciative of that.
The problem.
It's
Also, thanks Solaris for
yes.
them stealing something that they wrote to do for them.
Thank you. Well, like you said, again, I think it's really important that we teach people how to ground, center, and shield who are first timers to con. I think that's very important. And so we decided 3 years ago to end that first time at con with that. Just a brief exercise, but it's once we started doing all board cons, it got difficult because we had to go down and set up ritual, and it's like kind of that time frame was overlapping what we thought was important. So I really appreciate the step up and step in for that. And like you said, we are going to have to get your bio soon, so because we're working on all
Yes, I will get that
that.
to you here in a couple days.
Right.
They also have to email Con to put something on your agenda for tomorrow's meeting for you.
Yay. Okay, no, I can't do that in this meeting. We need to talk about the food baking.
I got a call from Lindsay last night.
Okay, good.
Wednesday night talk.
Good. And so we have to talk about that too. And then I have to get with Solinix too, because there's new things coming up there for businesses. So just trying to do our best. But if there anything else that you guys feel that we could do for you to help support you better?
I think
And don't forget, Weavers of the Web can apply for a grant. I'm like, I do all this hard work so we can give money back to the community. Nobody's
Forgot it.
applying.
Well, like, we did it a while back, and so then I wiped it from my mind, like, okay.
Exactly. That was
opportunity
months
taken.
ago.
Yeah. It's hard because we that was one of the things that I know I felt very passionate about, and Lindsay did too, was being able, the whole point of sponsorships was being able to build up our money back where we could do that. And so now that we're in a place that we can, we're like all really excited and chomping at the bit. Nobody's applying.
Well then,
well,
So
I hear that.
yeah.
yes, the Ethers heard it, and the Ether will take up work on it, but
Yeah.
this person of the Ether can't sign it.
Yep. And so because he had to sign something else. But
I appreciate though if it would get put in the records.
mhm, mhm. And too, with the summer festival, don't forget to you just email sponsorships about sponsoring for the summer festival when you get there too, because again, I have to have it in writing to show the rest of the board so we can get a vote to be able to sponsor you guys for summer festival.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Barb.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you, Barb.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you, Barb.
You guys have a great day. And like you said, when you have the meeting about summer festival, I'll come and go through. So, you wanted to know some advertising stuff for Weavers too, didn't you?
I don't think so. I didn't. It's for summer festival.
All
so
of it
it's-
for summer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, all of it's for summer.
Well, it's for summer festival, and we will get a hold of you and let you know when we're gonna meet again.
Awesome. And with the thing for Equinox, they like I told her, it does not have to be anything major. Like I said, it could be stickers. We just want the kids who decide to go down, and we're thinking of like just doing like a red carpet for the kids who want to show off their costumes. It doesn't have to be done to be able to receive something. We don't want to have the competition like we did before because we think it makes some kids feel bad. And we don't like that. So we're going to have them sign up if they want to walk down the red carpet or the catwalk to show off their costumes. But they said, they want every child feel they can get one if they want. So I don't know exactly what she's fully planning, but it's probably just going to be something that you guys would hand out for her because she can't come. So, and she said she'll mail it to me, and then I'll just kind of hand off the bot.
Okay.
You know?
Good.
But
Then that'll be Saturday night.
that's
Yeah.
Saturday night for the children's ballpark. And so, like I said, it's but yeah, I talked to her again the other day, and she really is sad she can't come, but it's not worth her risking not being able to get back in her country, So
Absolutely.
we can't expect anybody to do that. But I was like, well, we do have, because when she told me, well, we are an ATC affiliate. I'm like, well, we do have.
2.
And I said, I didn't know we had 2. I only know we had you guys.
There's 3 now.
Oh, let's see. There's Weavers,
There's Weavers,
Okay.
Pagans in Need, and the Covenant up in Traverse City.
coming in Traverse City, yeah, but also Janet's Spiral Scouts
Scouts.
counts as an ATC.
Okay, so there's
Oh.
four. There's
So-
four in the state then.
Yeah, because Spiral Scouts is an ATC.
I didn't know Spiral
Okay.
Scouts was CGC.
Yes.
Huh? Like that.
Learn something new every day, don't you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but yeah, so no. But I told her, I said, no, you can reach out and and see. And so she called me back. She was like, oh, she was like, Barb, thanks, because yeah, it did work out. And I was like, good. So I'll just kind of bring that box probably to the suite or whatever, and hand it off. But I'll also have a time for you guys, like, okay, they're gonna do it at this time. And then you just walk in, they'll make the announcement. And like you said, you just kind of call off their names, let them walk, do a turn, give them a sticker or whatever it is she has.
That,
can
I have
do
some
that.
folks who'd be really good at that.
Right? We'll see you guys later. You
Alright.
take
Thank
care.
you so
Bye.
much, Bob.
Thanks, Barb.
Bye-bye.
All right, back to our regular scheduled programming.
Mm-hmm. All right, do we want to do the financial report next then?
Let's do it.
Let's-
the bathroom quick?
Oh, of course.
It's
Straight
right
ahead.
behind you. Is it locked or?
No, it's unlocked. All right, financial report. In the business checking account right now, we have $5,741.33. In our savings account, we have $2,345.33. Okay. Boom. Tithes to be paid out, $81 to the Choice Charity, $51.37 to the Mother Church. Advertising budget of $80.37.
It was $80.37 for to the Mother Church
No, $51.37.
because it's the
we take the Linode,
yeah.
we take the Linode off.
Okay.
Because we already paid. That's already been paid for the month.
Okay. And then ad budget was 80.
37.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got it.
I can tell you what the Patreon deposit was for the month too, because I have it right here in front of me.
I can tell you what the homepage says.
Go for it.
So the homepage is $9.30 per month with 18 paid.
Any other questions?
Why did I think for some reason we had the checking and savings the other direction? I don't know why I thought it was.
I had them backwards in my head too, but no.
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't just me. Okay, cool. I was thinking like I thought we had 5,000 in the savings account and not
No.
the checking. So okay, cool. That makes me honestly seeing that number makes me feel a little more comfortable about the money we're talking about spending. So I was like, okay.
Well,
Okay.
and we can, do we want to go ahead and talk about that? Do we have any more financial report questions specifically?
Yeah. Any more financial support? What?
I don't
I gotta.
think specific financial report questions, but we have a couple of financial agenda items that we need to talk about. So that's where I was kind of wondering where we were financially so we could, make those decisions.
Yeah. But as far as the suite goes, when we've done that, we've usually made that cost back up.
Well, I think definitely with what's been said, I would definitely like to see us do better this year with the suite. Having set events, people are actively in the suite during those hours. I'd love to see multiples of us offering stuff like, we've talked about offering tarot readings in the suite and stuff like
There's a
that.
limit. There's a limit to what we can do with that. There's common
Okay.
rules. We can't
Okay.
sell things.
Okay.
Megan?
So when we had the initial con sponsorship meeting, it was not put under our our meeting minutes, I believe it was an extra meeting. Does anyone remember or have access to the notes to that meeting of how much we had already basically approved doing, since this is tied into that? How much additional is the suite
Do
from our original sponsorship that we had already said, hey, this looks
are
good?
you saying this didn't happen during a board meeting? That conversation didn't happen during a board meeting?
I think it was a separate extra meeting because
Do you
I
know
just looked
when?
through and I don't remember. I mean, I was perusing our previous board meetings, and I didn't see it. Now, granted, I was also trying to pay attention, so I wasn't going through it with a fine-tooth comb.
Who was at
think
that
we had
meeting?
approved anything for this year yet.
No, we hadn't approved anything yet for this year.
Okay.
'Cause we were waiting to get the package details and costs. So I think the thing to look at is probably going to be, this is everything we had last year plus the
Plus the
suite.
suite.
So what did we pay last year?
Last year, I think we only paid the 100, all we paid was the 150 for the,
No,
Yeah.
I think we're not.
No, I think we paid something else. Let me go look back through 2020.
Because it was broken down. It was a whole bunch of different stuff, and 150
So-
just for the Serenity Suite. There was also the signage and the posters and
Which-
posting the Facebook group and
We gave a $250 budget for the Century Room itself, on top of the 150. But I was looking back at, did we approve that in January or February? Do we know? Or
it
before?
would have been it would have been January or December or January
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say it might have been.
we have to approve it before they have to have the money.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we would have approved this expense. Actually, it would have been probably last September.
I was gonna say it was
October,
probably
November.
even more
Later back.
okay. Hallway banner for con cost $150. So we moved to spend 150. This is December of 2024. Bill moved to spend 150 to approve the banner in the main hall, plus the Serenity Suite, advertising link on the website, plus 3 tickets totaling 645.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what we.
That means the suite is about 750 additional.
I think, like I
Which
said,
isn't much more than the rooms are costing.
no, it's not really.
Which
Cool.
is why my decision changed when I was told that this was all encompassing, not in addition to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Right.
a good deal, y'all.
I think it is a good
Yeah.
deal, and we're gonna get a free day out of this too if we allow them to use the suite for a meet and greet for the sponsors, which I think we should, because that's what we do. That's our part of our mission is to offer to help create that space. If we create that space for her to use for that 2-hour block, it's giving us a $200 night in the hotel room for free. So we'll get it Wednesday, we'll have it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, check out on Sunday morning, which is a great idea. I think that'll work out well.
I think as long as we
Utilize it.
utilize it.
And
And-
that's the thing. I want between now and February, I want to find out what anybody saw happening in other paid for suites the last few years. Last couple of years in particular, but even at the old place, if you've got stuff to share. And then I want to plan out what we want this to look like, what we want to have happen in there. And when ahead of time.
So we're not
So
doing it by the seat of our
we go
pants.
in and,
With the
you
schedule.
sleep at night, you get up in the morning and shower and pack it away, and then it becomes public church space for the day with a schedule.
If we need to, because I know we all bring a lot of stuff. If we need to utilize other spaces, other rooms, we might be able to work that out too, to like
Mhm.
store stuff during the
Yeah.
day.
It's like,
'Cause-
sorry,
Go ahead.
I thought Zella was. I don't know if Ella's done.
You done,
No,
Ella?
that was basically it. Like if we could get other people who have other rooms to agree to hold other people's stuff, because whoever's staying in the suite itself are gonna have all their stuff, right? So, that was my thought.
Because I'm not going to stay in the suite. And that's why, now granted, Bill got the room, well, like secured it. So but that's why my intention last year was to get the king room size room, so I'd have all that extra space to offer to our inner community. Be that, you know, because we didn't have the suite last year, but like air mattress space, luggage space, snack space, whatever we as a group needed.
Well, and I have a room. I think Solon's has got a room. I've got a room. Megan's
got
got
a
a
room.
room. Ella's got a room, and Ryan's got a room.
But that was under the plan that we didn't have the suite, so that might get rearranged.
Right, because I can release rooms. I can't add on, but I can release rooms.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my room because
And I'm keeping my room.
so
Same.
and Alfred, if you wanted to go in and sleep in the suite, I'm fine with that. I understand. I don't care. I secured a room so that we had a room.
No, I figured we'd go with the plan we already had.
Okay.
So that means that we effectively had to have a bed available in the suite
First
if
up,
we do choose to use the suite.
Right.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
I may end up needing a separate room, and I won't know till closer to.
Yeah.
Because I might have to take Tom with me. I don't know if I can leave him home over a weekend or not yet.
Yeah, because there's still months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's too soon to guess. Like I'd prefer just to room with Megan like usual. Um, but I've got Tom and my dad both to, you know, possibly maybe have to get a respite person here for that weekend. So just keep that in mind that I might need a room, or I might have to drive down and back every day.
Ooh, let's hope not.
let's hope not that. That's horrible.
But that can all be worked out. I don't think it needs to be worked out before we make a decision. What else do we need to work out before we make a decision on this?
So last year we talked about how we felt that we were spread too thin. So that's my only concern is we are adding
The suite back.
the suite back in with the responsibilities of maintaining the suite at a higher standard than we've previously done. So we need to keep that in mind in our energy use. Now, granted, we do get back, you know, energy, but we also have had that complaint, and I don't want us to set ourselves up for failure.
So I think we can handle cleaning up after ourselves in a public space.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
If we can't, we've got some bigger problems that maybe we need to back up and look at.
Right.
I think we can handle cleaning up after ourselves in a public space. We just need to remember that this is a public space and that's part of the day, every day.
It's
Yeah.
church. It's the church.
Well, and that might be something we might have to be just very clear on for everybody who is staying
Yeah.
in the suite. These are the rules. This is what we have to do every day.
That's part of what I want to draw up. Anybody who's sleeping in the suite is going to need to agree to rules, you know, for standards for it.
I mean, this would be more work, but we are trying to be a more transparent group. We have like our EPOs and stuff like for security. Would it be worth like starting a like room responsibility binder that has clear expectations of, you know, like sleeping time is this to this. It's expected that all, you know, your room is cleaned up by 9 o'clock, you know, coffee is started. This is, you know, person who's in charge of maintaining the room for the day. This is the expectations.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we
I
could
like
absolutely.
that. Person in charge of maintaining it for the day. I like that. That way people can volunteer to be like, this is my responsibility today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think breaking it up.
Same way we're breaking up tasks here with the checklists and stuff, and then you know you can take that and sign up. But this is all the stuff that needs to be covered to take care of the space. I don't think it necessarily has to be a lot of extra work. Again, we can't sell anything, there's a limit to what kind of workshop, talk, presentation type stuff we can do in there. Because we can't, run a mini con.
No, we can't run our own.
Belongs to the con. That's not okay. So mostly it's a matter of keeping it with somebody in it during the hours that we want it to be open to the public, have a presence
Mhm.
that doesn't have to be doing anything and keeping it cleaned up.
It basically functions as an extension of the church, and it's kind of like a clubhouse, but not really. It gives us a place to land and hang out and talk, but it also gives people a way to meet us on a neutral term where we're not in a class, we're not teaching, where it's a space where we're all equal.
Mandy?
Can we have a designated Stitch and Bitch night?
Let's see what on.
So that was 2 years ago. We tried to have like themed nights because we were going to have like a game night, but then it was like during our big ritual, and we were just burned out. And like so, I don't think that that's a bad idea. Again, if we have the spoons, I don't want us to overcommit ourselves.
Well,
trying
and I
to
think
plan a bunch of events.
some of the spoon levels will also be determined a little bit by how much gets accepted.
Right.
How much
Right.
gets accepted, how much we put in, but also, we shouldn't be running events just for the sake of running events. We should pick things that will be rejuvenating for us. Stitch and Bitch is rejuvenating for
Yeah.
those of us that do it. So that's like a hell yeah. Are there social activities that are rejuvenating for the rest of you that you would like to head up? That would be a good idea.
I like-
Otherwise, if it's not necessary, don't plan to do it. Or if there's not somebody ready to step up to do it, that's the theme for tonight. We're not doing it unless somebody's going to step up and do it. Okay. That way we're not overloading.
Overcommitting and burning ourselves out and wasting spoons.
But like, even if we did nothing else except the sponsor handout, we would still benefit from having a suite.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we would. It gives us that face-to-face connection and gives us
Even if we did nothing else
right.
but the sponsor handout,
Mhm.
we would benefit from having a suite.
When would we be paying out? Like if we decided, if we go ahead and voted to do it, it would be 1550 total, right? It'd be the 1400 for the suite, and then 150 for the Serenity suite.
That's my
Because I guess I'm kind of, and maybe this is just forward of me, but I'm kind of assuming we are still on board for the Serenity suite in general, right?
I think we've all been assuming that all year.
Mhm.
Yes.
like that's, I think it's a fair assumption, but it's
I think
just,
everybody just assumes it was our idea in the first place at this point.
well, and that's
That was
fine.
an unofficial vote that just hasn't officially been official.
Yeah, and so that's where I'm at. Is
I
like,
move we
so-
officially vote on sponsoring the Serenity Suite for 2026.
I officially second that.
All
in favor?
I
Okay, there, that's official.
All right, so 1550 isn't bad, and I think we pay it in December or January. We've
Okay.
got it. We can pay it, get it done, and get it over with. I can write a check for it and send it out tomorrow if I had to.
Cash flow's not a problem. We shouldn't have any other big expenses coming out until like April or May, I think, for like subscription things.
Right, we're good right now,
Okay.
and we should be all right. I think that's a great idea. I think that's what we should. I think we should do. I think we should sponsor the suite. Think we should get the suite. It gives us that place.
Mm-hmm. One thing I would just, because since we're gonna do the Serenity Suite as well, one thing I would say is, let's not make it more complicated than we have to. Let's use what we already have, right? Are we gonna want to add anything? I feel like we had a pretty good suite last year.
I don't know that we have to plan to add anything this year
Yeah.
unless somebody gets inspired. I think we have a
Yep.
good solid base.
Cool. That'll
So-
simplify all of this, and then
We're talking about the Serenity Suite, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Serenity Suite, yes, specifically, because last year we had a $250 budget to add stuff to it, and I feel like we've got a good chunk of stuff we can just take with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
cover it.
I think we might need to reevaluate our markers, crayons, colored pencil situation, and we might need to get new ones.
No, that's
So yeah,
Oh, yeah, but
That's
that's like
cheap.
consumables.
that's the
yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
mean-
say. I think we need some consumables
Beyond that, I
budget
think
with
we
it,
could
but
use a
yeah.
better storage for our craft things anyway, so, but that's another
Agreed.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we should go for it. We've got the funds. I think we could do
Anybody
it.
else have any other questions or reservations to be addressed before we take a vote? Going once?
Hmm.
Going twice?
So to the lady in the second row, she's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know.
Motion to sponsor Convocation 2026 at the Suite plus Serenity level. For
Second.
1550. All in favor?
I
I
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Yeah. I think we get so used to being us that we forget how big we really are.
Mhm. Okay.
Which other financial stuff?
Did we have anything else on con? We good? We're good for con at this point?
Moving on.
I think so.
All right. The other financial thing was the copier. It's got the transfer belt has a hole in it. It needs to be replaced. It costs about, I forget the exact cost, but is
400.
400. It was a little over $400. The alternative options would be to replace the device. But you know, we've talked. I don't know if anybody's done research on other copier options. I've looked and it kind of jumps from small office to like for a few hundred to big machine for a couple thousand, and I feel like that's not a jump we can make at the moment personally.
I don't think it would be a responsible jump at the moment.
I don't think it would. I think it would be responsible to replace that belt that needs to be replaced,
Mhm.
and it would help. It makes it where it can be. It's usable. It's still usable. We've still got toner cartridges that we've paid for that haven't been cracked yet, that are colored, that can help alleviate printing for other things. I think we should just go ahead and get it fixed. Can you, if we order the part, is that something that you can put in?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because I don't want to have to pay a tech to come out and fix it.
No, I was a copier tech.
I know you were. That's
I don't.
why.
I have not worked on that. I will full disclosure. I have not worked on that exact model of HP machine, but I have worked on multiple machines with a very similar print engine. I should be able to get it swapped out. I will do some research on the exact methods, but I am confident in my ability to replace the part.
Okay, and I'm just double checking. Where was that ordered from? Going to be ordered from, Ella?
That same website we were ordering the toner from. In this case, one of the reasons it's $400, it's over $400. We can't get a non-HP genuine version of it. And so that's part of the reason it's so high. I looked for a non-HP genuine. Do I need to pull it up and get an exact number before we make a vote? I know it's over 400, less than 500. It's like 430.
We could just
I think it was.
authorize up to 500 if you're sure it's under 500.
Okay. And then I'll find that part again and send it over to you, Castle, to make the
Thank
purchase
you.
if we approve it. So, I'm just making it. All right. So, then I guess I move that we authorize up to $500 to repair the copier with the transfer belt.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mhm.
Motion carries.
Copier. Alrighty. Cool. Okay, so that's I think the big things that cost money. We have, all right, so I'm just gonna start going down the list from the rest of the stuff because we kind of went out of order. Welcome Summerfest.
Yep. So, Welcome Summer Fest, meeting with Barb was like part of that. We're trying to connect schedules with her to discuss advertising and sponsorship. So that is on our agenda. And then our last meeting was mostly just discussing our ideas for sponsorship, which I'm going to put a pin on that and pending our conversation with Barb, because I don't want to present anything to board that,
May not be.
yeah, that may not be. So we are working on getting everything automated. It ended up being more complicated than initially expected. And so that is in the process of being worked out. That's kind of where we're at with Welcome Summer Festival.
When was the last contact made with Oberon?
I have to follow back up, so I was going to do that this week.
Have we made hotel reservations yet?
No.
No, wait, pending the confirmation.
Parks reserved though, right?
Yes, park is reserved.
Yep, parks reserved.
Paid for?
No.
Okay.
It's reserved. I don't have to pay for it until, we don't have to pay for it until next year, but it is at $295 for the park this year.
Okay, I think we need to make sure that we get hotel and Oberon squared away so that we can start making some announcements.
Yep, that's the next thing on my agenda for that.
You might want to maybe discuss setting up a meeting with him at con too,
Yep.
Well,
or after con.
if we get things by con, we should have things very well squared away. And I kind of thought if he's at con, that we schedule to have a public meet and greet with him in our suite.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was having that thought. Excuse me.
I love when we all get the same idea.
Must be a good one.
Must be. Get out of my fucking head, all of you.
I'm also hoping that we'll have like advertisement stuff that we can just like have in our suite to hand out, like how I'm sure we'll have, we'll have our Weavers brochures and everything. And at our con table too.
Any other questions?
Comment, quandaries, concerns?
Next up.
All right, I got Green Man Day. Wanted to also bring up the particularly the changing of the day from I keep saying Wednesday, the third Sunday to the second Sunday, so it no longer butts up with another event. But I wanted to see like what we want to do for that and when we want to change that, because I know we had talked about Solnox, you and I talked about beginning of the year, which I thought was good, but I just wanted to see what everybody else thought on that.
Can you restate the previous statement?
So we want to move Green Man Day from the third Sunday of the month,
Yep, to the second.
which is the same day that HG does their Conversations with the Runes workshop, to the second Sunday of the month, which would also give it a little bit more room around Sabbats, I think, too. That was it.
And so we talked about doing that, and we talked about doing it at the beginning of the year to kind of start pushing out
That was
that
the plan.
change, so people are aware of the change, but wanted thoughts on that.
Does anybody have any objections?
I don't have an objection to changing it.
Okay.
No, the only thing that I see as a issue is we typically discuss what the tasks of and it would be the week before, but we always, we can always talk about upcoming tasks for the next one instead of.
I don't think we necessarily need to approve an official slate of tasks for Green Man Day at every board meeting necessarily. It needs to be what needs to be done, and we can add jobs as we go through the month. So
Yeah.
I mean, one of the staples most of the time is going to be we need the trailer to come up, so we can exchange stuff out.
And I-
Maintenance, Sabbath planning.
Yeah.
I am working on it where I'm not working Sundays, so
Okay. That'd be fantastic.
that could happen a little easier.
Okay. Okay, so cool. So no objections to change it. I don't really think we need a board vote or anything for that. Is there anything we need to talk about other than that regarding Green Man Day? I'm just gonna note here that we're gonna change it starting January.
This is Green Man Day adjacent, so I don't know if it would go here or feel free to be like, whatever. But I just want to put it in our mind, in our dockets, that we should be thinking about organization of the trailer to make it easier to get the tote that we're looking for, the Sabbath that we're working on, just something to think about. And that's why I thought it might be a Green Man, like a long-term Green Man Day project, to just kind of be having that percolate in our mind.
And we've talked about designs for shelving in there and stuff, but
Mhm.
nobody's had the spoons to
Yeah.
develop it any, so.
I've talked with Alfred about it briefly a couple weeks ago, and I think we just need to sit down and figure it out.
I mean, in the meantime, we have hooks in the floor, right? We could use a basic tote system and use either ratchet straps or elastic, those, whatever you
Well,
call
there's
them.
2 cargo bars in there too.
Those don't really fit that well, unfortunately. Though,
Okay.
yeah, they weren't. We tried using those. They were okay-ish, but not great.
Well, even just like putting the tote that of the upcoming Sabbath at the back of the trailer and
Instead of it
the
being
recent
no
at the nose, and then it would be always in a
rotation.
first in, first out kind of situation.
Something to probably brainstorm when we have the trailer available to kind
Yeah.
of adjust and see.
Let's build a roller rack system.
Hey, if you want to
I'm not
design something like
joking.
that works, if you want to design something that works for that, then go
Right.
for it. The problem is
Also,
spoons.
that might need to wait till it warms back up again. That's a warmer weather, not freezing your rear ends off working in the trailer project.
Yeah, and like I said, I just like since we're using the trailer, I just more mean like maybe keep it in our head when we're like putting the things in the trailer to like, oh,
Rotate it.
this is the ritual we're using. Let's not have it all.
That was the trailer.
Yeah.
Although I freaked Megan out the last time I was out there because
Didn't
we
know
could
the note.
actually we could actually open that end of the trailer. But
Mostly make sure the little step stool is within my reaching distance if you want me to get in the trailer, because I
That
always
needs to-
kill.
that needs to actually be replaced because it's falling apart.
That's fair too.
I was
Yep.
gonna look into that and just pick one up and put it in there, so. Because it's screwed together and it wobbles apart every
Yeah.
time it moves.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick up something a little more solid. Put it in there.
Alrighty, if there, we could probably work on more of that at a later time, though. Do we need anything else regarding Green Men Day? We can go on because we have a lot of items on the list today. So
Yeah.
Let's move
Um,
forward.
all right, security report. Do we have anything for that, Alfred?
Let's see. Last Sabbath was Samhain. I don't think there was any issues. None were reported to me. If there were, let me know. Most of our issues have been with the people who've been hanging around the back in the past couple months. I believe the shed was torn down by the property owner,
Mhm.
and
And the guy who's the problem has allegedly been arrested. Finally.
well, hopefully that will quell some of the issues or most of them. I've been kind of going through and trying to look for some of the grants. Most of the stuff is recommending that we form a committee of at least 4 people to look at the different chunks of the grant process. The federal grants run through the state of Michigan. Interestingly enough, the point of contact for Michigan, I believe, was friends of my old boss, and I met them at an emergency management conference a long time ago. So hopefully that might help in getting some more information on it. It's going to take me a little bit to get through all the information that I'm seeing on it. The EOP, there was no feedback. We were supposed to have a meeting that fell through. Honestly, I don't know how. But I've been working on a draft of a much simpler EOP for us that could be expanded if we need more stuff in it, but I think it hits the major points. And I'd like to submit the draft at the next board meeting for an updated one. It'd be much smaller, easier to print. I think it would lend itself better to being able to either access online or through an app as well for us. Also, our first aid kits, were those, did that stuff get in and get updated? Awesome, thank you. And
Yes, I have the 2 new ones that we purchased. I have the 2 orange ones that we purchased through the company down by you. First
in Fasco, yeah.
Fasco, and they're here. We've actually taken the one with us in the trailer when we go. It sits by the back.
Yeah, I remember
Obvious.
seeing it now, yeah.
When we load the trailer, that gets yanked and put in the trailer, so it's there, so it's not sitting in there during the cold or the extreme heats, so it's not destroying the product.
Okay, great.
But it also has a stethoscope and two-way mask in it as well for
Okay.
CPR.
So one thing to note is those we did discover at Maven, those do not have any kind of like Tylenol or anything like that. They have like burn cream and like Neosporin and stuff like that, but nothing for. And I don't know if it's really that important or not, but like we at Maven, we had somebody who had a headache and nobody had any kind of pain medicine for them.
Well,
Nobody asked me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I would say from our standpoint and how our bodies all function, maybe it wouldn't be bad ideal to go on Enfasco and look up some kind of little packets of like ibuprofen, Tylenol, stuff like that we could put in there.
And maybe an allergy med or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a bottle of in my bag. My black bag that I carry has a bottle of Tylenol in it, so I always have it with me if I've got that black bag.
Right. I was just thinking, for some of us that might make the difference in participating in a ritual or not. So we should be able to do it without a lot of cost. It'd be better if we could get the individual packets, I think, instead of a pill or a bottle of pills.
And like my personal first aid kit that I have came with those, and so that's why I was surprised that one didn't. But I figure we could probably get those cheap enough. We may not even need a board vote, but if we could find out how much they are and they're inexpensive.
I'll go look. I can look it up. I'll put it on my list to do.
Okay.
I will go to their website because I have an account with them because I set up an account when I purchased the first aid kits.
Okay, that's all I have unless somebody has questions for me.
Alrighty. I was wrong about what I said earlier. We do have one more financial thing. I just glazed over it, I guess, when I looked at it. We'll just go on. It's going to be after this one. The next one I had, and this comes back from a couple months ago, was the driveway. Where are we at with that?
I have called them. I have to sit down and fight with the permits because I don't understand it. I have to sit down and really look at it.
Who's
Yeah.
them?
The company that's in our drive.
I'll look at it.
The like cutting company.
Yeah, the
Okay.
cutting company. I've contacted them. All they do is they come in and they cut the stuff. They don't do anything else. Anything else, they refer me to another party, which I have their name here. It's LD Clark.
Okay, did you call them yet?
No, I have not called them yet. I want to, we got to have the permit before we can do anything because nobody will touch it without a permit. And I don't understand
Did they
it.
not-
Did you call that company and ask them about the permit?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's the next step then.
Okay, I will call them this week.
What was that? What was that company you were gonna need to call?
LD Clark.
LD Clark. Okay. Yeah, I always thought the companies like that was part of what you paid them. They were gonna get the permits, but I don't know.
Depends on the level of contractor.
Okay.
Usually, the driveway would be working with a larger project with an architect and shit, which is
Okay.
what we've been trying to get.
Gotcha.
So this is the next step to try to get an architect from sideways. Follow the trail of breadcrumbs.
Coming at it sideways.
All right. I've got that on there. Anything else about driveway?
No.
All right. The other financial thing that sorry, I glazed over this, but it was the Comcast internet bill. We had approved and I'm going to make a note of this. We had approved via Messenger, and I have screenshots in the board folder, paying the internet bill for to help cover the bill for Keys because we have, as I said in the text, we have been enjoying free internet through Keys for quite some time, and now we had an opportunity to help them cover that. I was gonna see about we did that for November. I wanted to talk about possibly helping pay for that going forward and how much can we potentially afford. Was it 175 a month, I believe?
Yes.
I wrote you a check for 170, so I'm sorry I shorted you. Because that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
So 175 is what that costs a month? Okay.
Currently, I haven't renegotiated it since I opened. It's one of the things that I haven't been able to get done.
I wanted because that's something that does need to happen, but in the meantime, could we afford to cover it for maybe a set time period and then reassess? That's per month. Like
What
Do-
was it per month again?
175.
Do we have a list of bills that come out of the account every month other than the tithes?
We pay
MailChimp,
what?
MailChimp is one.
MailChimp is I think it's $20 a month. If I remember correctly. We have MailChimp that comes out. We pay our hosting fee every month, which is $10, I do believe is what we pay Tim.
Mhm. Right.
Rent of $550 every month.
Mhm.
Yes, Alfred.
I was gonna say if there's some way we could cover it to the end of the year, that would be $350.
So that would be December and January.
Well, we have a bill this month, right?
We already
We
paid
paid-
November.
We
Not
paid
paid-
November.
right?
We paid November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, like if we did it till January, that would give us till January to get something figured out on it.
Okay.
If that's a doable amount.
I
I just want to clarify that when you say by January, you mean we're approving just covering December, not December
No.
and January. Or are you saying approve the next 2 months, 3 months total?
Well, we would pay December's bill and January's bill. That would be $350.
Yeah.
The bills due at the beginning of the month, right?
Right.
Yes.
So that would cover us until the start of February.
So in that meantime, and so say we do that, can somebody call on behalf of Keys to talk about renegotiating that Solenox, or do you have to do that?
I can authorize somebody to speak on my behalf, yeah.
Okay. So then what I would say is I think we should cover that, but that's the deadline to renegotiate, see if we can get a lower bill. Because that would benefit us all. Because even if we still have to cover a little bit, that would definitely help keep our costs down, keep Keys costs down, and maybe we could figure out a long-term splitting it situation. Because we have been sitting in the suite for how many years now and not paying that bill, because Keys has been covering it, but we have been very much benefiting from that. So I feel like this is something that we have a kind of a bit of a responsibility to really help.
I agree.
I agree with you on that too, Ella. So
So I motion that Weavers covers the upcoming 2 bills, a total of 3 bills.
Wait.
Because we've already paid November.
Oh, okay. I see.
You don't have to authorize.
So
Okay, we authorize December and January payment of the Comcast bill.
of $175 each
I'll
month.
second.
350 total, right?
I'm not in this one yet.
All right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all in favor?
I
Aye. Those opposed or abstaining? So, motion carries.
Okay.
So, internet bill will be paid for the next 2 months via Weavers of the Web. Let me just write you a check for that now, or wait,
Sure, we can do that.
I'll write you a check for it tonight, so it's done and taken care
And
of.
then what I'm going to do for next month, if it is, I'm going to bring it back up as a have we done the negotiation part. But that'll be our
Okay, that's fair.
Keep it on our,
keep it on
Radar.
our radar. Make sure it doesn't fall off.
yeah, because that was my concern. I was like, how are we gonna remember to readdress it in January?
I'm just going to make a note here. We will work with Keys to get authorization to renegotiate the
Negotiate.
bill. All right. Awesome. Alrighty. Next thing I have is review calendar of social events and policy for staffing or cancellation.
So we have a very rich and robust calendar of events that our community has come to expect. It has grown over the last 7, 8 years gradually as people have stepped up to say, hey, I want to see this event happen. I'm going to help make it happen. I emphasize that this calendar has grown over the last 8 years from what I committed to, which is Wednesday nights and Sabbaths. I will make sure those happen no matter what. As other people have stepped up and said, I want to see this happen too, and I will make sure it happens, right?
Mhm.
So this is not a calendar that I am capable of maintaining by myself in any way, shape, or form. I can handle the crafty vibes in addition to everything else because it's rejuvenating. But again, that I can do, that I can promise is Wednesdays and Sabbaths. And honestly, I can't necessarily do that by myself anymore because the operation's gotten too big.
Right.
We currently have on our calendar a play group that I'm about to drop. We have a divination roundtable twice a month. We have what yeah. Most of the rest I think would be more of the seasonal stuff. things coming up include Thanksgiving, caroling, viewing party for the holiday parade, New Year's Eve, stuff like that. So Wednesdays, Sabbaths, those are hard. Not only do I not want those to ever be canceled, but they really can't because they're part of our charter, right?
Yep.
That has to happen no matter what. We need to have a policy going forward on any other events regarding how far in advance we're going to put them on the calendar and how far in advance we're going to cancel them if nobody signs up to take point and be the person there. And that's important because if we put an event on the calendar, if I'm running the store, I cannot be the point person at an event. First off, I can't be in two places at once.
Right.
But if we then have an event on the calendar that we don't have a point person for, people don't stay and it dies. I talk about, consistency being the key to making things happen, but the consistency of having a person there. Just putting it on the calendar doesn't make it happen. And Divination Roundtable in particular, I have had people coming. I don't think it is quote unquote happened like you would expect it to happen since before June. But I've had people coming almost every time it's been on the calendar. And what happens is they come in, there's nobody here, they leave. Or they come in, they sit by themselves for a while, and then they leave. And I've gotten bad reviews on the Key side because of it. Because people expect it to be a thing. So I stopped telling people to expect it to be a thing. Last person asked me about Divination Roundtable. I said, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if anybody's going to be there right now. I can't promise that for you. I'd like to, but I can't. I don't like being in that position. But I can't do it. So we need to outline a policy that's going to say, okay, these are our regular events that we want on the calendar. And if nobody signs up for it within X number of weeks of the event happening, it comes off the calendar. It doesn't happen. Make sense?
Question.
Yep.
For the sign up, that is participant sign up or sign up for the person heading?
Leader.
Somebody leading it.
Okay,
Because
so
almost all of these are drop-in events.
Okay.
Or show up. None of this is designed to. These are all designed to be, come hang out type things, right?
Okay.
Workshops are a completely different ballgame, which I still can't do by myself. But
And then do
Yeah.
we also need to include game night on our
Yeah.
list?
game night is one of those. I forgot to
I-
mention it because I've gotten used to Ella being there, but it absolutely is included.
I'm officially taking that. That's my baby. It's always been my baby since you started that. It's always been me showing up for that. I'm just blanket. I'm running all of them. I'm going to be on all of those. I'll be the point person.
Okay, but I still want it covered by the policy.
Right.
Okay, valid.
Yeah, because what if you have an event or
Something comes up.
And the reason for that is, if you have an event, something comes up, you don't, you need a break, whatever. But also we need to get back on the same page for everything.
Mhm.
And that page is our base calendar. It has spots for everybody to sign up for things, and we need to be using it. And then nobody should be surprised at the circumstances surrounding any given event because it was all in the document.
Mandy
Right.
had her hand up for a minute.
I was just gonna say I can commit to running Divination Roundtable after the first of the year. I want to get through the next next month and a half before I take on anything else.
Hey, I am not asking anybody to commit tonight to doing anything.
Okay.
That is not what I'm asking for here. I'm asking for a policy.
Policy.
This is
Okay.
the board business is making policy for the church. I want a policy that we all agree on so that it's all fair.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
I'm not asking you to sign up and dedicate spoons right now. I'm creating the situation where everything will be taken care of. And you go
So-
grab what you can.
Okay, thank you.
So, on the policy, you're talking about number of weeks ahead of time before, if nobody signed up to be the point person. Would 4 weeks be enough?
Castle?
Go ahead, Castle.
What one of my employers does is, all right, next month is December. Any days off for the month of December have to be in the 15th before the 15th of November. So if by the 15th of the month before an event is not, nobody signed up for it, it doesn't happen that month.
I would say that
I
cuts it
like
short because
creating a-
that's 2 weeks. Sorry. Go ahead.
Good point. It's a valid point. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But also, I like having a single date
Yes.
where calendar keepers can go and say, all right, deadline's here, plus or minus for this month. If we made it by the 15th to the month after the following.
Mhm.
So
That's a
so the
6 week.
15th of no, I'm gonna use this as an example.
Mhm.
So for the 15th of November, anything for January.
Anything through the end of
Correct.
January is either signed up for or canceled.
I like
Perfect.
it.
Okay, so
I think
it's
that's
gonna
good.
be 6 weeks.
It's a
6 to
6 week
8
week.
weeks.
Yeah, 6
6
to
to 8 weeks,
8
so.
weeks.
I like
Right?
it.
No, 6. No, it's like 6 to 10. 6 to 10.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, I think it might be 6 to 10.
6 to 10. But that gets down to that 6 weeks being the minimum,
For advertising online. It gives them that
that
time.
lead time.
Because otherwise, the alternative is that someone's going to have to be on a rotating schedule of looking up,
Mhm.
if the event is going on or not.
Plus, if we're trying to keep the calendars updated, like that's always my holy grail goal right now. Once I can maintain that for 6 to 12 months, I'll think about extending it. But right now, that's the holy grail is to get the calendar 6 weeks out and keep it there.
Yeah.
This will line up with that, so there won't be a conflict.
That's what
So
we're
by the time I get to 6 weeks before an event, if
Right.
it's not signed up for, we can take it off.
right.
And I can take it off up to 10 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
And those signups happen in the base annual calendar.
Would that also be because I know one thing that's happened is if somebody wasn't signed up on like a Wednesday night, you were taking it. Would that also fall under that?
Those don't get canceled. So if you
They
don't
don't get
sign up
canceled.
for Wednesdays and Sabbaths,
Yep.
buck stops here.
Buck stops there because they're the third degree.
I'm only going to say this once. I don't like nagging. I don't like whining. I don't like following up on people. I like being treated like an adult. So I'm assuming that everybody's checking things and that the avenues of communication that we have set up are still being used by everybody. And so if y'all aren't signing up for things, I'm assuming that I'm doing it and you are all aware of it. So if any of you were surprised when I did double, triple duty, we need to work on the communication.
I have a question on that.
Yes.
I know myself, I do lose track of things sometimes and have to like reset to get back on track. Would anybody in this group benefit from like if we start looking at the calendar, starts looking a little bare, a reminder, or would that come across as like a hey, I'm looking out 2 months in advance, it's looking a little bare on the schedules. Anybody for
I
like
don't
the
have
Wednesday nights?
I don't have a problem with that. I think that would help me a little bit.
I'd be happy to
I
do
get
that
lost. I get
on your
lost
memory.
sometimes
Hmm.
in my own little world, and I'll admit that because of all the shit I've got going on. So that doesn't bother me
Okay.
personally.
I think honestly reminders would be good. I personally have been taking a break from leading because of chaos at home. But once I've got the waves settled and I can start picking things back up, the reminders would be helpful to me.
Okay. Cool.
It'll be
Because what I'm
stressful.
gonna do is I'm gonna set my own reminder on my phone.
Say that louder, Megan.
They will be stressful for me, but that's fine.
That's not fine.
No, it's not.
Because I look at the calendar all the time and I see all the spots. And when I see things are open and I'm seeing reminders, I take it as a personal, like, I'm not doing enough. So, like,
Okay.
it will be very stressful for me because I'm going to feel like I'm not
Okay.
holding my weight.
And that's what we don't want. There's too
That's-
much of that going on.
So then that's fine. And I appreciate you voicing that and telling us that. That way we're not creating turmoil in your life and in your world.
I did not mean to make you cry. Thank you.
It's okay.
So
So how do
For
we do it?
those
How do
who
we?
need reminders, can we set up an automated system for you?
I think Mandy froze, or maybe.
I don't know. I kept getting cut off, so I quit trying. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I think you were cutting out for a second, which is why nobody could tell you were talking.
So what do we do when one thing is beneficial to people but harmful to somebody else?
We find another way.
Mhm.
So how can we automate reminders for people who need reminders without nagging people who are triggered by them?
Those who opt in for a reminder, we could set up some kind of a recurring alert for those who opt in specifically. For those of us who need that. I'm planning on doing that on my own calendar. But we
Do
could do
you
it
have
on
a way to automate it for you, me, and Castle?
I should be able to do that. I'll have to. Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Wait,
'Cause
when do
that's-
you guys, sorry, go ahead, Mandy.
That's just it's beyond my technical capabilities right now. To even automate anything.
When do you guys go in and sign up for like your discussions and your things? Did you just all do it at the beginning of the year and then never look at it again, or do you like review it once a month?
When it was initially put out to us to sign up for the ones that we wanted to do, I did that and I did what was requested of us each to do for leading, for Devos, for tech.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. Then life happened. I mean, one week I couldn't do it because I was dealing
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
health crisis with my mother-in-law, and that's fine. That doesn't happen all the time. But no, that's how I did it. At the beginning of the year, I went through and just started picking the ones I wanted to do, and then wrote it down in my calendar to make sure that I kept up on it.
I did the same thing. And then I was also, from my perspective, felt like I could step in at any point if one wasn't filled, and I was prepared to do that. And that's where my head was at was, well, I could just, if nobody else wants to do it, I can just do it.
The problem with that is that we are not all sharing the same brain, no matter how often we joke about it. Anything that gets stored in anybody's head is a stressor for that person and a information black hole for the rest of the coven,
Mhm.
rest of the organization. So anything that is, if you're making assumptions in your head that you're going to do something, if nobody else knows, then it doesn't count for
Yep.
organization purposes.
Yeah, I did the same thing as Castle and Ella, and I come in like there's a lot of times I'm getting home just in time to get on the computer. So I come in expecting to do tech if nobody else is on tech. And that actually works well for me because like I said, I don't have much time a lot of times before I have to get on the computer for the call.
Well, as far as that goes, even 20 minutes, even 15 minutes would stop me from doing it if you want to do that. Because I was checking it every 5 minutes last week.
I've gotten used to one of these guys going, "Hey, Alan, can you check?" Sure.
So I guess
So-
that what the situation is, we just need to have it on the calendar so that everybody sees it.
We need to have one reliable, what do they call it? One true source.
And that calendar is our most
That's our
like
base.
foundational
Yeah.
source. So
Yeah.
we have to use that. And so I'm
We
sorry.
making Brock do this so hard.
I struggle reading and working with that calendar. And at the beginning of the year, I was actually translating everything into a regular, like calendar format, and like classes in general got intense for me, and then my life fell apart.
So we
So-
can talk about reformatting if we need to. But we do need to have that
Calendar.
one, whatever it is. If we need to move the backbone, then we move the backbone, but we got to think about it and make sure that it's going to work. But we got to have one source that's not in a head that everybody can reference even 5 minutes before an event and know
Who's doing what?
who's doing what. Yeah. Alfred?
I got here for the call Wednesday. Castle's sitting in the chair back there, and you're on. So I thought Castle was going to take the talk because it was relative truth. And
I'm surprised he didn't
And I
take
saw-
it.
I saw you on there. I thought maybe you wanted to take tech just to keep in practice. And
That's why I'm saying we need one definitive source of truth. And that way there won't be any questions.
And then make it where it's accessible to everybody.
I mean, we
Um,
can still do the reminders. I just have to work on not taking it personal.
No, well, we could.
I think
I was just gonna say, I think the opt-in option I think is a really good one. If you look at it as often as you're saying, then I don't think like I don't want to put any stress on you.
I mean, I'm already looking at the 2026 one.
Right.
Like,
And that means that you're well ahead of the curve right now, okay? So
Yeah,
those
'cause
of
I
us
didn't
who
even know
need
where
the
to add
reminder, those of us who need the reminder, like it's going to benefit me. It's going to benefit me if it benefits Mandy, and if it benefits Bill and Alfred. If you want in on that, I can just set up a regular repeating once every month or whatever reminder, or I think 6 weeks at this point, reminder to check the calendar, fill in what we want to fill in.
so. I think technical details on that can be hashed out.
Yep.
The policy is mostly what I wanted to make sure that we covered.
And I
So-
think we have that 6 weeks out from the,
If it's not, let's make it easy. If it's not picked up by 6 weeks, I have the option, and Ella has the option as calendar keepers of taking it off the calendar.
there we go.
Do we
And
need to
it's-
vote on that, or just
No.
say
I
that
don't
that's
think-
the
do
policy?
we need to vote?
No, I don't think we need to vote on it. We're making a policy. We're writing a policy. Go ahead, Mick.
since we're writing a policy, I also think, and maybe it doesn't have to be tonight, but I think we should have a policy if someone signed up and they didn't show up. Because I've also seen that happen.
Very rarely, though.
People need to communicate if they're not going
Yeah.
to make it as early as they can. Now we realize people aren't always going to know 6 weeks out.
Yeah,
They're probably
that's
have a
going to
week of-
happen.
The Devo isn't consistently the person who signed up for the Devo.
Right.
And that's a 101, I think,
Okay.
to address it when it happens. Right, because it is a training situation, especially with the Devos one. So I think, does anybody have an objection with that being addressed one-on-one when somebody has no showing?
I have no objection with that. I think that
Yep.
that is the way it should be handled because you praise in public and you reprimand in private.
And I think as far as being sick or whatever, the policy is you find coverage. That's part of taking responsibility and leadership, right?
Mhm.
You find somebody to back you up. So, you just make sure it happens. Once you sign up for something, you're responsible for making sure it happens.
But that I think if somebody doesn't show up, the one-on-one discussion in private is important because that's the way it should be handled.
Which also means that if you sign up, since we're like in 5 days, you're signing up for things that are going to be on the January schedule. If in the next 6 to 10 weeks you can no longer do that, you need to find coverage
Yeah,
because
you're
we
responsible.
used to be able to just, take it off a week before, or just
We're gonna try not to do that anymore.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like clarifying in addition to signing up, if you have to unsign up within that period of time,
You need to get a hold of somebody
You
and
need
talk to leadership and find somebody to cover your
cover
ass.
it. Yeah.
Pardon my French, I'll wait.
Go ahead, Ella.
I've got those recorded. I wanted to know we are at 8:40.
And I wanted to wrap up.
Yeah, so we have a few more items on the agenda. Do we want to go ahead and wrap up, or do we want to just quickly ask about?
Let's table them.
Yeah, we can,
Okay.
all of those can be addressed next month.
Okay.
It's not super urgent. They're on here, so I'll remember it. I've started kind of
They're-
going back through to.
They're
Go
left.
back
The
to-
check boxes are left unchecked, so
Yeah.
they are marked as unaddressed. So there you go.
Before we do adjourn though,
Yes.
Thanksgiving, is that something we still want to do?
I was gonna wait until after we adjourned.
Okay, we can adjourn and then we'll talk.
Before we adjourn, Ella, when you because if you don't do it now, I'll bring it up at the next meeting. But in the presentation for Barb, there she discussed crap, I knew I should have written it. Did I write it down for myself? She discussed something and you didn't put it in.
Okay. I was typing as fast as I can. I might have missed something.
Yeah. Crap. Let me see if I wrote it down for myself in my numerous tabs.
What are you making, Mandy?
It's a baby blanket
Oh, okay.
for the twins in the NICU.
Well, you met up there when Tom was having surgery?
Yep.
The parents you met?
Yep.
Well, Tom was having surgery, okay.
Grants. That she discussed grants and that
Oh,
no
that
one
we could
has
apply.
applied for grants. So I think it should be noted that grants are available.
We could do that for next month. Put that
I
in.
just can't
Yeah.
sign them.
I don't know anything about the grants. I don't know what the grant.
It's $500.
It's $500 from MEC for our organization to do what we need to do with.
Okay.
But I
Thank you for
cannot
that.
legally sign them because I already have an organization that gets them. One of you all you all have to take care of that stuff.
It's
I
fine.
can't.
It is fine.
Yeah, it's just like, you just have to like give them a proposal of what you're gonna spend the money on and send it out.
All right. I have made a note of that.
Thank you.
So,
I have
Cool.
seen that.
okay. Cool.
Move
Do we
to-
have anything else that needs to be done in public this
Nope.
month?
No, I don't think so.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Bye bye.
Let me.